What's going on, guys? This is the first episode of the new series, Those Dark Souls Guys. That's right. We're changing up the channel. We are going to do a Dark Souls podcast where we interview other Dark Souls uploaders that, you can vote on it in the comments. You can leave me a message. You can comment and let me know who you want to see, what you want me to ask, what the topic should be, knickknacks, all that kind of stuff. That's all on you guys to tell me what you want to watch. We got a couple people lined up already. I don't want to give away the first actual guest because it's a pretty big one for episode number 1. But we'll kick things off. Episode 0.5 today. Starring me, that Dark Souls guy. I'm going to give you guys the insight behind the gameplay, behind the reads, behind the decision making that has brought you all the content that you've seen over the years. I think it's been over 3 years on YouTube, 2 years with an upload every single day for the first 2 years on YouTube. I've got a lot of videos. If you haven't seen them, you can do some catching up. But let's get into it. I'm a stylistic player. That's what I give a shit about. I care about style. I care about how things look aesthetically. So R1, spacing R1, that doesn't look good to me. It's not entertaining. It's not fun to watch. I don't do it. Watch me play the game. I R1 one time. R2s are a different story. I might take some R2 combos. But for the most part, I'm hitting one time and then going on a read. Hitting one time, going on a read. Every once in a while, it's important to mix up the two hits, especially if you're losing, for your comeback advantage and as just a mix-up so they don't know that every single time you're only going to take one R1. When I get a guard break, I basically never take it unless I'm for sure going to lose and I want to win bad enough to look stupid because the guard break is ugly. It looks lame, and I'm not a fan of doing all that damage just from somebody shield breaking. It basically takes their health bar away from me being able to swag on them. So if I do guard break somebody, I'm usually going to try to BS. I'm not going to try to take the guard break, or I will let them escape and try to roll catch them with an R2. And I've done this for 2 years. I literally just don't like hornet ringing somebody's front from a guard break. It doesn't look stylish in my opinion at all. Now maybe if the guard break was a very stylish guard break, you might have to take it, but I just usually let them out or take them with a quick BS instead of taking the guard break. That's one thing that I always do. So no guard break riposte, no R1, no extra weapons, no weapon swaps. I play with one weapon 99% of the time, unless the build has a backup weapon, but I'm not going to parry swap because, number one, I just think it looks dumb bringing your menu up in the middle of a fight. I'm playing for aesthetics. I'm not taking away from the skill it takes to be able to perform these things because, yes, I'm very aware that it is difficult to do it. It's just not my thing. I don't like the way that it looks. So there's none of that. There's no parrying usually, unless the weapon, like right now I'm using the katana. The katana can parry. So I will use that part of the weapon's moveset in order to, gain something from that. But in terms of having like a shield or, the multiple weapons, that's not what I like to do. It's not the way I like the game to look. So a lot of people would say, oh, Matt, you are just living in the dinosaur times. It's all about the offhand hand axe. It's all about the offhand this and that and using two weapons together. And is that better for certain things? Like the Mocha Latte build would be the one exception, I would say. It 100% is the best of both worlds. You have the best one-handed fast weapon. You have the best hyper armor slow weapon. And the combination between those two weapons is the best in the game. Anything other than that, I don't even want to hear it. It's not as good. Just use that build if you want to win. Now, like I've said before, I don't want to win. I want to be able to do stuff like this here. Are you ready for this? Are you ready? Check this shit out right here. Let's see. I'm pretty sure it starts off with an R2. Let's see. Oh, I was a little wrong. Yeah, this is it. R1, R2, R2, R1. Kick, 360. That is the reason why I play this game. Do you know how loud I screamed when I did that? Because I knew that after that many consecutive hits that were not combos, none of that was a combo. That was just flashy baller play. That's what it's all about with me. That's what I want. I want something that if I remember I did that and I look back, I say, oh shit, I was in this guy's head. I was literally reading him like a book. He couldn't have done anything worse. And at the time, he's thinking that's the best option. He's thinking, you know what I mean? That kind of level of being outplayed is what I'm about. I'm not about whittling somebody down with R1, R1, space, R1, R1, space. It just is not fun for me. It's not the game that I want to play. So I've taken it upon myself to create this, I don't even know what you want to call it, hybrid style of playing the game. And it is fun for me. It's great, and I really enjoy it. And the people that watch my videos, you guys out there, you, for the most part, have enjoyed it because you keep coming back. You keep watching my wonky-ass shit that I do. And I hella appreciate it because it's good enough if I just like it. But when other people like it too, when other people want to try the things they see me do, that makes it gives me a good feeling, you know. So the least I can do for this community is I'd say that was a free BS, by the way. I would say is, you know, take my skills and use them to bring you more joy, more entertainment. And one thing I really like about all the games that I enjoy is the introspection. It's the behind the scenes. It's the reason why people do this instead of that. And that's what this episode was all about. Obviously, I want to just give you guys a little background on me because I'm going to be the guy interviewing all these other people, so you're going to need to know my perspective on the matter while I ask these people questions and give them my feedback. So, in that first clip, I was fighting this guy on my pyro build, so I had, I think, like 8 strength, right? So my fists were doing no damage. So eventually, even though I swagged on that guy hard in that fight, like I whooped his ass, I was doing no damage. And he ended up, because he's on a strength build, he was just doing more damage objectively. So I eventually yield the fight and give him the win, even though I bodied him hard. And then I got off and switched to my strength build and came back, and now me and him are having a rematch bare fist. And Jesus Christ, the body of a lifetime. I just whooped the shit out of this dude. Hard read after hard read. Look at that. Now, you saw what happened the first time I went for that kick roll catch, or backstab roll catch, as he R1'd me. So the second time he went to do it, I was ready. I was ready. If you guys never seen any of my bare fist videos, boy, there's quite a few, and I talk about it in some commentaries. It is one of the most, I wouldn't say it's one of the best ways to train, but you and your opponent, when you have the same options available, and they might not necessarily be good options, like with the fish, you have to get so close to your opponent that they can pretty much always hit you. You know what I mean? Like, it's so close, and the attacks aren't good. So you're forced to be in swinging distance, like at all times, if you want to be able to do damage with the fist. So all it comes down to is fist mix-ups and reads. That's what it's all about. So I went for a backstab on that BS, and it just didn't work out. Just another bad BS attempt, even though we knew he was going to parry. So that's a little quick 180 jerk, and then boom. See what I mean? The dash dance. That's the dash dance for Melee right there, that 180 back and forth. That's what I like to think when I do it. And so if we can look at my health and look at the yield, that is how you get your ass whooped. And this guy, I think he's a pretty good player, but I don't think that he picked up on that in the first fight because he did, quote-unquote, win the fight. It was just because, though, I was doing like 4 damage per hit with my fist and like 30 damage on a BS or a Hornet Ring. I'm doing like 140 on that build. This is a classic R1 spammer shield up strafer. So when you have somebody like this trying to BS you, let's watch and see. So you see how he keeps circling even though he's in hit stun. So he's looking for a BS. So we'll just walk around and BS the BSer. I love it. I love it. Some more stylistic approaches here. I'm just trying to get him to do this because I really like the way that looks. I really do. It's really awesome. And that should be definitely, if you're using a katana and you like to fish, that should be one of your main setups right there. Just like catch the forward roll in. It's such a quick attack that it has very little recovery on the end. It allows you to do that. Now this guy, Mr. Splitleaf. So this is what happened with Mr. Splitleaf. He comes into the world. I'm using the club, not the mace, the club. And I proceed to push his shit right in the fucking ground. Right? Now you saw he tried to R1 there. So he's competent. He's aware of what's going on. He tried to swing. He's going to heal up. I'm not pressuring him. I'm just saying let's fucking fight. Because After I beat him with the club, he comes back and he just split leafed the shit out of me. Right? The full combo. He was just being a lame. And so I came back, I got the mace. Said, okay, well, you like to hit L2. You like to spin around like a helicopter and play these little games. I will play games. I'll hit L2, and now your L2 doesn't do shit. He's going to run away. So he obviously doesn't want to fight me because he knows what's going to happen. He's a fairly intelligent little twinker. And basically, I just was like, okay, well, I'm just going to keep hitting you. If we're not going to play, then you're just going to keep getting hit. And now he's just going to be Mr. Cool Guy and just, I'm going to reaction roll every time you swing. But he's getting hit. He's not really that hot. So I guess he's tired playing games. Guess what, baby? We expect those. We take those. And the double read, baby. The double read. All right, moving on to the next one. We got a little fisherman here. I'm using the Ultra. So anytime you're using an Ultra and you see somebody whip the dagger out, boy, don't take the second R1. So punishing him for 400 damage on that backstab attempt. All right, now watch this. 1 R1. He rolled for the second R1 as if I were going to do a 2-hit combo. Roll. Boy, just get outfished. Get outfished. I'm sure you're good. I'm sure you're good, but that was just the get bodied 1-2. This is my buddy Kay. Kay is a dear friend, and he is doing all of the channel art for my channel. None of it's released yet, so you guys will have to wait and see about that. But once the podcast is up and running and we're having full real episodes, all of the channel art will be provided by Kay, and it'll be really cool. You guys will really like his art designs. He makes the coolest looking characters out of anybody that I've ever met, and boy, did he just get bodied hard. So we'll have him on the show for some character creation tutorials. He'll show you how to make some really weird, wonky shit. He's pretty much the only person that I've met that I would say he's like the best, the top of the line. Just a really good artist. Now, if this commentary is a bit rushed and it feels a bit flustered and wonky, it's because it is 8:07 right now, and I need to be to work at 8:30. I'm doing this in the morning because this is when I have energy. I'm a school teacher, so when I come home after a long day of whining and crying and little Billy took my toy, I'm fucking sick and tired of shit, and I don't want to do anything but lay down and fucking sit in the quiet. So, my fault. These videos can take a little time to come out, but once I start with the official episodes, they will come out, I want to say every 2 weeks. I might film an episode, split it in half, release week 1, release part 2 on week 2, and then have the next episode already being made. So it'll be maybe once a week. We'll have to see. The first episode will be coming out soon. Thank you guys for watching and supporting me throughout the years. I love you guys. Take it easy. Have a great day. I'll see you guys on the next one. See you later.